Yo, what's going on, everybody? Um, Personally, making this video as a review session, but I figured I would upload it to YouTube, Twitter, etc. Others might take value from it. I'm selfishly doing the video so that I can catalog and bookmark some of these really good setups that came about today. So far we've got a Trump press conference coming out with tariffs and absolutely smoked the SPY. It's going to be down about 4% so far, down like 5% off its highs. So crazy move. But what I'm here for is something like NMAX, multi-day runner going from 13 to 260 and 280 in after hours. These little arrows here, so it's gapping down about 30% here in pre-market, and I was hopeful for pops back up into these low 200s. So I put a starter on with the idea of waiting for a pop, some sort of high day to get set, and then failed fall through and scale versus that level. So I put on this starter with wide risk. And I'm continuing. I put on the starter, keep it in my positions window so I don't lose it off radar, and continue my pre-market prep. And I just so happen to glance down, and I see an extra zero in that position window. Have a small heart attack, and quickly type in, and I cover. So an extra zero on about 10 points is nice, but hindsight, just never cover it with 10x size, and you get 150 point pullback. But it is what it is. Better to be safe than sorry. If it did end up squeezing, would have been a very ugly loss for me. So it is what it is. But it was straight down after that, and with SSR on, I don't typically like shorting weakness. And I didn't really have a risk level that I trusted. Congrats to Kyle Williams over at Clover Trading. He was short there in the 150s with risk on 160s, and he made his covers down sub 100. So really a nice trade by him, and I think lots to learn from that. That you can get in, not necessarily having to be the perfect entry, but if I'm thinking this thing's going to pull back to 100 and it's only pulled back to 140, then maybe pops are something I should look at. I don't need that perfect 200 plus blowout. Yes, it would be nice, but it doesn't always have to turn A plus. So I will note that one moving forward. QSG had most of my focus there today. Multi-day runner here from the mid to low twos up to $8. And what we got this morning was a little pre-market speed up and blowout. Some volume coming in. I tend to look at a multi-day 15-minute chart and get an idea for volume blowout. And what we got here was a nice morning shove, hard crack, lower high, VWAP stays heavy, opening range breakdowns, short, scale, cover, rescale, cover, rescale, cover, rescale, cover, rescale, cover, flipped long, scalped those into pops. Trying to short here, looked like it was starting to roll over, and just this little dip and rip candle saved, so ended up moving on there at $5. All in all, did get some nice range on this thing from 8 to the mid 4s. Obviously can always be a little bit better, but nice little trade there nonetheless. And then GRRR, I called this one out over in Investors Underground. Maybe I can't switch it on here. That's all right. Basically what I said there at 8:34 a.m. was GRRR. Worth a look today. Could be a swing up. That daily's having trouble. 24 failed follow through spot. We'll keep an eye for later. And then at 10:12 a.m. GRRR 2430s intraday failed follow through spot, and 24 is that key daily break. So if we're looking at 834. So right here, showing some weakness, breaking under 24s. And then at 1012, was looking at 2430s, failed fall through intraday, looked like some exhaust. And then 24 was that key daily spot. And if we zoom out here to the daily, you can see this higher low trend starting to fail once 24 gives way. So definitely a nice setup there, even if you zoom out to a bigger picture intradaily, a nice clear picture why 24 was key. So definitely breaking down and definitely looking weak after that morning strength, couldn't get it going. So I short here through 2430s, looking for 24 to stay heavy. And once it fails, reclaims, I stop out and was continuing to trade QSG, watching NMAX for possible opportunities, etc. And I see this one start to panic, so I'm not chasing weakness, but I'm waiting for pops towards VWAP. Maybe VWAP starts to catch up, or price starts to catch up to VWAP, one or the other, but look for some convergence. And what we get is this little bounce that stays heavy. So I short, and using those 24s as a guide still. And it never reclaimed 24s, so no reason to cover. And then we get some help there with the SPY in after hours trading. So goal for me was to take advantage of this 24 to 16 range. So closer we gap down to those 16s, I likely look for a cover. But given that the price action got sped up due to this SPY pullback in after hours, I'm likely a bit more impatient on those covers and looking to just cover pre-market, cover open, and take advantage of that gap down. The trade opportunity is happening faster than I would have expected. So nice opportunity there. And then ICCT was an A-grade setup for me, running from 30 cents to $5. That's plenty extended. Although the volume didn't speed up day to day, dollar volume wise it did. Looking at the closing VWAP here at about $1, trading 400 million that day, is $400 million volume. The next day trading 200 million on this day, but the closing VWAP is at $4. That's an $800 million volume day. So even though volume didn't speed up, there's more dollar volume changing hands. So I still see that as an exhaustion day, and I'm looking for this 4 level to fail to fall through. And we get a gap down through it. This thing is down 30-40% by market open. I'm trying to stay patient for 4 pops. Same kind of thing as NMAX, and this thing sets its high a day and never looks back. So sideways throughout the day. If this gives way sub 2, I think we get pullback to the next volume profile level towards $1. If 2 over under can hold, I also think that there is a world where this can hold and bounce back into that 354 range because the fade today, this thing is down 50% from the prior day's close, but most of that range was in that gap down. Intraday today was sideways. There wasn't a whole lot of edge in this today. You could trade the channel, short towards 3, cover towards 2 a few times if that's your style, but you're not getting that breakdown, flush, trend join style that I typically like. So shorts are in here from the middle of this range, 250, 260. They're not in from like a 3, 4 or 354 average, and now it's at 2, and shorts don't have to cover. So if this starts to build and hold opening ranges, starts to trend versus VWAP, I think could have a bounce there. NMAX looks like there was more than just sellers in here, maybe some insiders putting pressure on that name. Not 100% sure. Feel free to fact check me on that one, but the heaviness on this name, just all pops versus VWAP, it looked like there was a seller in the tape throughout the day, and pretty big weakness. So I don't think this is an A-grade bounce trade, but this is down 80%. I think that there is a world that this could bounce. but keep in mind it is still up from 13. It's still at 50. So I don't think stocks, they don't go straight up, straight down. They push, pull, consolidate, and choose their next direction. So I wouldn't be marrying the idea, but I do think there's a world where this one could bounce as well. GRRR, looking for that overnight. CoreWave, this one, Nate had compared this one to Reddit. If you look at this daily, now when he says things, I typically like to look and listen. I don't just, oh, he said it looks like Reddit. Okay, next. I do a bit of a case study. So IPOs, you get a couple days here, and then once it starts to speed up, you get that blow off day. Next day opens right near, high day is right near its open and fades off. You get that gap down, first red day look. So CoreWave, you get a couple days, big volume day, gap up, blowout. So now this thing, it closed around 60 and now is gapping down around 55. And once this sideways consolidation range 52, 53 gives way, I think you get room back down to this next volume profile level. Maybe 45, prior resistance becomes support, and somewhere down there. So I will be looking at this one for a first red day as well tomorrow. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to go over. Reddit, a worthy mention, breaking this 105. We got a gap fill here down to 80, a little bear flag. We had this consolidation zone, pullback, bear flag, breaks 150s, nice fail, and then it comes into next support line. So now we're trading within this range from 105 to 150s. So pops within that range are just chop. We get lower highs, a solid base, and now 105 starting to fail. So all pops towards 105, I think, get hit, looking for 80. But yeah, anyways, I just wanted to go over a bunch of those setups. QSG, big daily. CoreWave, big daily. ICCT, big daily. NMAX, big daily. GRRR, same setup as Reddit. All this type of stuff. So I just wanted to document it. I think there's some good takeaways there. Want to do a bit of a trade review and just document that for my own selfish purposes moving forward. But I hope that helped. I hope you could take one thing away from it. And yeah, I will, those of you in IU, I will see you in the room tomorrow. Peace.